Hey guys, this is Miss Bonsall. I am just on here to let you know that we're going to be doing decoding just a little bit different today, as you guys can tell already, I'm sure. But I need you guys to make sure that you have out your syllabication book and a pencil ready to write. And you need to be on day 4, and we're looking at vowel R syllables today. So make sure you have all of those things out and ready to go. So our objective for today is to learn to read, write, and spell words with the vowel R syllable pattern. So the reason why we do this is to help us practice reading multisyllabic and irregularly spelled words, and to also make sure that we are able to read on-level text orally with accuracy and fluency. So let's take some time to review. You see the words at the bottom of the screen, so I want you to put them where they belong on your paper. So right where they will belong. I'll give you guys some time to complete this activity. Okay, let's take a look and see where is rate going to belong. Oh, there it goes. It is a VCE word. The letter A, consonant, and bossy E make the A say its name. Next, let's see where rail belongs. It is a vowel team, and it's a vowel team because your A and your I are working together to make the A sound. That makes it a vowel team word. Shore is the R controlled syllable. Remember, O-R-E can make the OR sound. So that is R controlled. Next is Ray, and that is a vowel team. A-Y work together to make the A sound. Your last word is by. Now, by is an open syllable because it has the Y, and the Y is your vowel this time. And the Y is making the I sound because this is an open syllable word. All right, let's get ready to spot and dot. I'm going to put the words on the screen and you are going to write them down in your book just like we do in class, and you're going to spot and dot these words. Here is your first word. Go ahead and take some time to spot and dot it. And remember, we spot and dot words to help us read words that we may not be familiar with. Okay, let's take a look and see how your spotting and dotting compares to mine. Let's see if we did it the same. Now, remember, if at any time you think I'm going too fast or you're not able to keep up, remember, you can pause this video. If you need some more time to work or some more time to think, you can pause it, and that way you can have more time. Okay, so my first dot is gonna go above the O. My next dot is going to go above the A, and my last dot is above the I. Remember, E doesn't get a dot because it doesn't have a sound. It has to have a sound to earn a dot. My first partitioning line is going to go between the R and the G. So you have the R-controlled syllable, or. My next partitioning line is going to go after the A and before the N. Now this one is a little bit trickier because here the A is the schwa. So you're hearing the sound, orga, and then we have nice, organize. Let's try another word. You're gonna spot and dot it. Remember, if I'm going too fast for you, you can always pause the video. All right, time to check in. So my first dot goes above the A. My next dot goes above the U, and then the A, and then the OR. There's a lot of dots for this word. Okay, my first partitioning line is going to go between the L and the C. So my first syllable, you have cal. So you're hearing that A make the ah sound, calc. Okay, next partitioning line is going to go between the U and the L. Now that makes the U have the long U sound, calcu. And then the next one goes between the A and the T. And another open syllable, calculator, calculator. Try the next one. All right, let's check in on our spotting and dotting. First dot goes above the O, then the A, then the E. Great. Now we're going to think about, where does my first partitioning line go? It's going to go between the R and the N. So you have or. My next partitioning line is going to go, now here's a little bit of a tricky one with the schwa, between the A and the M. So we have ornament. Do you hear the sound that the A is making? That means it's a schwa A. Ornament. The A is the schwa sound, okay? And then your last syllable is a closed syllable. All right, last word. Let's spot and dot it. That's a big one, but I know you can do this. All right, let's check in. My first dot is above the E, then another E. That looks like an R controlled with the ER, then the I, A, and OR. Oh my goodness, 5 dots for this one. Wowza. Okay, so now we're gonna think about, where is my first partitioning line gonna go? And this one is gonna go between the X and the T. My first syllable says X. My next syllable, when I'm partitioning it, it's going to go between the R and the M. Okay, we have that R controlled vowel. The E and the R make the sound, so we have exter. Now again, I need another partitioning line, and this one is going to go between the I and the N. Now this time, the I is making your schwa sound. Exterm. Last partitioning line is going to go between the A and the T. Exterminator. Exterminator. Remember, the I is kind of making a funny sound here. That's why we call it the schwa. Okay, let's try this next part, and we are going to practice our reading. Here we go. I want you to whisper read with me, but try to be quiet so we don't disturb others, okay? A charming artist. Inform the boss. On parchment paper. Absorbing the paint. In the archway. Off to the shore. The thorn hurt. She was alarmed. Off to the shore. absorbing the paint, inform the boss, before the show, on parchment paper, the thorn hurt, a charming artist, in the archway. Good reading. Thank you for doing your best reading for me. All right, this is the last slide. Now I'm going to read this with you here while we're on this lesson together, but when I'm done reading this, I want you to take this passage, that one right there, the one that's on the screen. I want you to take that passage and you're going to be reading it on Flipgrid. Okay, you're just going to practice reading it so that way you're practicing your fluency. But if you need to practice first, remember, you can listen to the video, you can whisper read with me, and if you need a little bit of help, you can go back and rewatch the video. You can rewind it and watch it again if you need help with some of those words, okay? So first, let's read it together. If you get to a word that you're stuck on and you don't know how to read it, that's okay. Just listen to how I'm reading it, and then you can learn how to read it. And don't forget those spotting and dotting strategies. You can always spot and dot the word too to help you, okay? Here we go. This story is about a charming artist named Carmen Carter. Carmen painted charming portraits on archways and houses. One day, she decided to paint a border around each archway. She ordered boards to post in the archways. She also ordered more parchment paper to absorb the paint around the boards. When Carmen finished her portraits, she was given an award for her work. Okay, that's the end of our slide for today. Don't forget, your next part of this assignment is to go on to Flipgrid and read this passage. When you're done reading, I want you to go back and listen to yourself and see how you sound. If you feel like you messed up or maybe you want to do a little bit better with your fluency, you can always try again, re-record yourself if you need a better reading. Okay? Thank you guys so much for working so hard on this syllabication lesson. Keep up the great work.